You're watching Action News Now. Storm Tracker weather. Coverage you can count on.
All right, here's our rain totals over the last 24 hours. Now, most of the activity really stopped early this morning. The radar was still showing some rain in the higher elevations, but we dried off this morning. This is what we saw in Paradise, 1 3/4 inch, pretty much the same in Corning. Willows, a little under 1/2 inch, the same in Oroville. Red Bluff, about 1 1/4 inches, and Redding and Chico, both under an inch, or Chico under 1/2 inch. And this is, again, over the last 24 hours. Here's a look at our high temperatures for the day. And believe it or not, these are around average, or for the most part, even a few degrees above. Willows at 67, 66 for Corning. Red Bluff at 65. The same over in Redding. Chico 64. Oroville 58. And Paradise with a high temperature of 57 degrees today. All right, overnight, we'll drop down around 40, or 50, for the valley. Ooh, some of those higher elevations, though. Alturas 28. Bernie 36. Chester 38. Going to be chilly up there in the foothills and the mountains. But then Saturday, tomorrow, looking awesome. Low to mid 70s for the valley, into the foothills, in the 60s. Even you climb up in some of the higher elevations of the mountains, temperatures in the low 60s with light winds and some abundant sunshine. Should be a nice one. Here's our future cast. So Friday looking good into Saturday, maybe some light clouds here and there, but for the most part on the dry side. But as we get closer to Sunday night, those storms that passed by, they'll start to move back up again. And what happens? Here we go. Those storms head back to the northeast, closer to us. Storms from the northwest, they head our way. So we kind of fall in the middle of it all. Again, now we're going to see more rain and more mountain snow chances. Now, not as much rain, not as much snow as the last event, but these storms with the cooler air going to bring cooler air down. Those snow levels that are about 7,500 feet, they could come down to 5,000 feet by Monday morning. And after this pattern changes, this is kind of where we're going to be, up and down really the rest of the way. Let's take a look at that here on the 7-day. So the weekend looking fantastic, but then Sunday into Monday when those storms move in, look at the temperatures the rest of the way. Really, for the most part, either average or below average. And on those days with the wind and the rain, gonna feel, again, very much on the chilly November fall side, whereas the weekend looking pretty good for at least most of the weekend. So enjoy the weekend before we start to cool down with more rain and more wind.